Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I seem to run out of coffee.
You can be anything you want to be there.
You can see anything you want to see there.
There's excitement in the air for you and me there. Fancy free there. Take your family there. But you've got to be there.
Yeah.
You just got to be there. You'll feel free there. You'll be what you want to be. See what you want to see. 7 holes the key there. Be there. Got to be there.
Just you and me there. You just got to be there. Got to be there. Be there. The time is now. Be there.
You've got to be there.
Yeah.
You just got to be there. You'll feel free there. You'll be what you want to be. See what you want to see. There'll be you and me there. Be there.
Hello, customers. It's nearly 6 o'clock. Pack up and piss off.
Hello!
Hello, and welcome.
Welcome back. My boyfriend's back and you're going to be in trouble.
Hey la, my boyfriend's back. I hope you can hear us. Facebook has changed since we've been
Lots
gone,
of changes.
and all the settings have changed. So I've just had
Yeah.
to
Had to
Stick
sort
around
of
with everything.
ad hoc it, haven't we?
let us know you can hear us, and then we can dive
Oh yeah,
in.
make sure the button's
So
on.
as soon as you can hear our voices, let us know. I'm sure you will be. And then we'll do a little roll call and see who's here.
Beverly
Loud and
Heights,
proud.
Beverly Heights is here, see?
Beverly Heights is here. Peggy is down on the floor there, but I don't think
She's in
you
shock.
can see her. She's just at the bottom corner. I don't know if you can see her down there.
And there's your lovely birthday cushion.
So hello. And
She's back
welcome.
anyway. She made it back in one piece, didn't you?
I did.
How was it?
It was it was incredible.
Just
but
remind
weird. It was
everybody
tiring.
where in the world you went.
I went to Jakarta, and then from Jakarta I went to Kuala Lumpur. From Kuala Lumpur I went to Singapore. Then from Singapore I came home. Then from home I went to Houston. Then from Houston, Texas, I went to Mexico City. Then there was an earthquake. Then I went from Mexico City to Villahermosa, right in the south of Mexico, in Tabasco.
Yep.
Then I went back to Mexico City. Then I came home.
And where were you on Tuesday?
Pickering.
Pickering. He was puckering in Pickering.
So I was working in Pickering yesterday. So it's back in the it's out, back in the
Back on English soil.
Baptism by fire. Because I've been teaching throughout, doing this as well. But I've been teaching in 2-hour chunks, and then being able to kick back and go down and see Alan and Peggy, and then maybe another 2-hour chunk in the afternoon. But this is teaching for 8 hours a day again.
Yeah,
it's
with
tiring.
with very little time after you've landed as well.
Yeah.
So you're all jet lagged.
I can't complain. I get flown on a nice plane,
And you
I
see
get
some
nice
lovely
hotels.
places, don't you?
Yeah. Let's have a look who is in. So in my side of the bar, which is YouTube, we've got Joel Hazeldine burst straight through the doors, beating who is normally the first customer, Tracy 30.
I think Joel's been here since Monday, I think.
The gorgeous Will Venus turned up next, who has made you a moustache. Did you watch the video?
Oh, no, not yet. I'll watch it.
I told him to watch it last night, Will, so he could give you his opinion.
I will watch it, I promise.
Sandra Brown came in next. Kim Peterson.
Hello,
and Jens,
Kim and Jens.
who helped Alan to get my hands on the Nell Mangle portrait from Neighbours, which is now proud as punch in our front room.
She looks grand.
Ellen Meadows is in. Linda LaHughes is in. Hello, Linda. How's your tattoo? Hope it's not gone scabby. Kim Farr is in. Darren B says, I hope Jamie brought back plenty of duty free. I didn't bring anything back, did I?
You brought Divinity a little globe.
I bought Divinity a crystal ball in Target, and I bought myself a couple of shirts in the Goodwill.
I mean, to be honest with you, the prices were really high, weren't they?
Yeah,
for things?
really expensive. And
even for chocolate,
because the pound's crap as well.
even for M&Ms, there was a bit expensive.
Yeah,
wasn't
M&Ms
it?
were like $5 a bag. Cilla Black is in. Cilla Black OBE.
Cilla.
Cilla, nice to have you
Now,
back.
Cilla, our last show we had, a live show.
We were haunted by like bad Cilla. Do you remember?
Yeah, you weren't here, so we don't know where you were.
Evil Cilla came.
Was it when the nuns were here?
No,
it
it was my birthday, I think.
Yeah, you missed his birthday.
Evil Cilla appeared. Cilla from the crypt. We don't know who she was, but she appeared.
Cilla's doppelganger.
Haunting us. So we're glad that Cilla Black OBE is here. And the other names. NP, darlings, I'm back. Jonathan Brett Warren is in. My lovely Eurovision chum. Good evening. Gin and orange for Sue.
Is it orange, fresh orange, or orange cordial?
You must know what gin and orange for Sue's from, don't you?
Yeah, from Abigail's party.
Yeah. Lawrence, gin and orange for Sue. Me and Andrew having gin and tonic. Leslie Ann Lynch, surprise, surprise. Leslie Ann is in. Leslie Ann misses us quite
I know.
a lot, so I'm glad you're here.
She sent me lots of nice little messages while you've been away.
Lovely.
And all of you have. Thank
lovely
you.
Coral Daft is in.
Oh, I know Cora Love.
She is having a jam shed. John Morissette is here. Dawn Lovejoy is in. Jason Darcy is in.
Oh, Lord Darcy.
Our lovely bouncer on the doors.
Our lovely cute bouncer on the doors with his bouncers.
He'll be checking your
He'll be checking your badges and your wristbands.
checking your pockets for ease and whiz. Andrew Wright is in. Nibbles and Bubbles are here.
Oh, hello, darling.
We weren't expecting you.
you after your day.
We've got you a nice little sherry and we've popped you in the quiet corner. If you want some quiet, and you can have some nuts. Nuts on the house.
You can have your drink on the slate tonight.
Dale Ibbotson is in.
Dale
And Caroline have booked their tickets for our show.
and Dale, while you're away, I think he sent you as well. Dale's actually created
It's amazing.
K9 from Doctor Who.
Like
I can't tell the difference.
Amazing. A replica of K9.
Lights and everything.
Andy said we might be able to borrow it. So we might do a Doctor Who spoof. Who knows? Who else have we got in? Paul McFarlane is in.
It is capital with his capital letters.
Now Paul and Diangela have also booked for our live show.
They're coming a long way, aren't they?
So they're coming all the way from Scotland. So we'll have to get the macaroni pies in.
Scotch pies.
Who else have we got in? Seven Network is here again. Seven Network, welcome. Names. David Moore. Good evening to you. Rachel Saunders. Hiya, Rachel.
Hi,
nice
Rachel.
to have you in.
She's over there.
Pauline Grant is in. Marcia Maudsley is in. And my brother Ewan. Andrew Chapman. Emma Webb. Peggy's squeaking by our feet. Claude LaCruisset is in, saying, thank God you're back. I've had to watch them right shit whilst you were away after watching our reruns.
I didn't mean my little sketch on my
No, I
Peggy.
hope not. I don't think
down.
so.
Just
Paul
being out.
Esselmont is here. John Morissette. I think I might have mentioned you already, John.
Come here. Go there.
Peggy's begging about.
She's just been out. She doesn't need to go out.
Let's have a look. That's everything, I think, in my side of the bar. Mark the Vicar is here. Mark the Vicar says he's still recovering from the Aquamarina song. It's a right earworm,
I
isn't it?
thank you. Very glad.
So over here in the Facebook.
Well, no
snug.
surprise who's first through the door. The Sandwells. Neil and Lady V. Oh,
And little
Henry.
Lord Henry.
Oh, happy birthday, Henry. It's a bit late, but happy birthday. 21, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's
21.
21st. He's been driving vintage
I
cars.
saw you with your little cars.
They're not vintage. They're like cars that
I know.
we had.
Well, it looked like a lovely day. Sarah Simpson, hello, love. She says, hi, Jamie and Alan. Hope you're both keeping well. Little Peggy, she's out there now. She's moved to the spare room.
I think she's gone up on the spare bed. I heard her.
She's gone down to put telly on. Lovely Mark Hall.
Yakida.
Manny.
He says, "Oh, smell the fresh paint in here."
Oh, I think it might be just Sherry's nail varnish.
And he's closely followed by his lovely husband. I think they're husbands. Maybe just his civil partner.
Just good as. And Alex says, Series 3.
Yay! Series 3 of the Wigan Slingback. Body da, Alex.
And then we've got lovely Mark Mondamon Pearson, says, good evening, my dears. He's been busy with a new little caravan project.
Oh, yeah, and he's been busy with a new little fella.
Oh, I know, yeah. He's been doing some diamond art, I think.
Yeah, wow.
And I've asked him to show it me when he's finished it. Lovely Caroline. Hello, love. How are you?
Hiya to you.
I
always let Caroline know when I'm on platform 2 of York.
Do you? Why?
Just because, just one of them things. Platty too, I think of you.
Lovely Keith Wellens. This says, welcome back to reality. It's good to be back. Lovely Spencer Carter.
I've been chatting to Spencer today. More on that later.
Were you talking to Spencer Carter from Jakarta?
No, I wasn't talking to Spencer Carter while I was in Jakarta.
Lovely Jason Rigby's popped through the doors. Lovely Kate Riding, hello. Lovely Philip. Oh, Filippo sent me lots of little messages while he'd been away.
Oh, everyone's been taking care of Alan
They
while
have.
I've
A
been
lot of
away.
people sending in lovely messages asking how I am and am I eating and popping a casserole on the doorstep. Thank you for the little postcard again, boys.
Filippo speaking French. Bonsoir, mes amis. Comment ça va?
Just showing off.
Pas mal.
And the next person through the doors, a very special day for her. Lisa, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lisa. Glasses raised, glasses chinked. Everyone get Lisa a drink for her birthday.
Yeah, Lisa Driscoll from Canada.
Put your cards behind the bar.
She's 21 again.
Now, we were also told this by a little bird, Lisa. A little Canadian bird let us know already. So we were well prepped to wish you a happy birthday. But I hope you're having a lovely day.
So has your birthday just started, is it?
I think it's like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, we've got plenty of time then. We're just the warm-up act.
I was working with someone from Newfoundland. What an accent that is.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. Sounds like Scottish, their accent.
George BT, is he new? Is George new?
George, you're a new name to us. Welcome if you've never been before. But maybe you've just been a lurker before, but welcome.
Welcome,
Glad
George
to have
BT.
you.
He's popped a little emoji of a champagne bottle and some glasses. Thank you, very glad. Mark Garden Spence, evening greetings from Mallorca. Oh, he gets about
Sunny Mallorca.
He says, right stuff in here after being closed. You think Sherry and Brandy could have given the place a good airing? I don't know what they've been doing in here, but it stinks.
I think they set up a lap dancing club for a while.
Oh, there's a couple of poles at the back, weren't there?
There are, yeah.
One was bent.
Melanie Fairley is here.
Angela Willis says, good evening. Followed by Alan Davis. Hello, Alan.
Alan's another new name, I think.
Oh, he's got
Welcome, Alan.
He's got look at his face there.
Oh, look, he's
his sunglasses.
simmering with his glasses
Simmering
on
with
and
his
his...
Panama hat. Ooh. Oh, David Maudsley. Hello, David.
Talking of simmering and a Panama hat, it's my dad.
And I'm sure the lovely Anne will be there. David Hans saying, hey, David Hans is a new name as well.
Yeah, lots of new names, which we're loving. David, look where David Hans lives.
Dis. Oh, David, we did
we did Panto near Dis.
in I back in 2003.
This was our like sanctuary. Dis was the hotspot for us to
Yeah,
escape
we went
to.
shopping, didn't we? In Dis.
Yeah.
Don't diss this. Lovely Suzanne Landry says she's missed everybody and we've missed you.
Morven Lindsay next to Suzanne Landry. Morven Lindsay, that's like a tongue twister.
40 seconds and counting, I think it must be before we started. Where are we? Oh,
There we
lovely
go.
Gabrielle Chassé.
Lovely to see you, Gabby. Thank you. Gabby's already tipped us using the link that's scrolling by.
Tipped us
So
already.
thank you
How
for
very,
that.
very kind of him.
David Hands, absolutely love you too. Your videos are so good.
Oh,
thank you,
you.
David. We're loving that you've joined us. Welcome to the Wigan Slingback, our little virtual pub.
And we've said hello to Spencer Carter, haven't we?
This is people saying they can hear us.
All right.
Let's see if anyone else. Tom Clues. Hiya, Tom. Tom's quite new. Welcome, Tom.
Richard Bobbins Duffer, hello, darling. Alec Cook. Oh, we've got Alex Cook and...
Alex Clark and
sorry.
Alec Cook.
Oh, don't get me Alex's mixed up.
McCindy. You know who that is.
Cindy McDuffers.
She's dropped her duffers.
Well, she still sounds like a bloody pirate.
Incognito.
McCindy down at...
Unless she's like MC Cindy
yeah.
Ball. Joe Jarvis. Chris Perinda.
Oh,
Chris isn't at work.
Oh, no. He's not deaf, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he's here. It's nice to watch us properly tonight.
And I hope you're well, my love. You've not been well. He's had a bit... Spent all the weekend on.
Oh, Chris, he had a visit from Auntie Rona. Jill Barron is in. Anyone else?
Joe Jarvis. Hello, Joe Jarvis.
Introducing my new puppy, Nancy.
Oh, send us a picture.
Baby puppies. Mark Hall says, Jamie, we're loving your jacket. Can
come
we
on.
see more?
Come on.
Let's just finish the names. We've only got a few more. Sarah Martinez from
your name as
Newbury.
well?
Yeah, welcome, Sarah. Maybe this little flag means new.
Oh, she's flagged because she's riffraff.
Oh, no, because look, Martin Garten Spencer's got a flag.
Well, he's riffraff.
Oh, there we go. It's Cindy MC.
Come on then, show them it. He treated himself with his birthday money, didn't you? Know?
Let me go back here so you can see it.
Can you see that there? Oh, look at that.
Dun, dun.
And it's got a little waistband, doesn't it? And it's velvet. It's not Draylon, is it?
No, it's proper Hugh Hefner. I've always wanted a smoking jacket, haven't I?
And you've had your eye on this one tinted for a while, haven't you?
I have.
And he thought, bugger it, I've got some pennies in the bank, in my birthday bank, and I'll just treat myself to it.
Peggy, go on. Go over there. She's begging about tonight. Oh, well, welcome, everyone.
Well, what a month it's been.
Alan Davis says thanks for the compliment with his simmering Panama. I hope you enjoy it. All of you newcomers, welcome to the Wig and Slingback. How would you describe this hour of our life? What do we do?
Sorry, what?
This.
What
How
we
would
do?
you describe it to
like,
newcomers?
It's like giving you a cupcake and putting sprinkles on it.
Yeah, what's it like? It's like an evening in the pub, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like evening down the pub. There's no youths in messing about.
It's like you're sitting around the table with some good mates, same sort of age,
Yeah.
and when the conversation will just go anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Up, down, west, east, down.
yeah, sometimes we have a little set theme that we chat about. Sometimes we just chat.
Yeah.
But it's just a chance for us all to hang out together and have a laugh.
And we just talk about things like dinner ladies, your favourite snacks, kids' TV.
Paul McFarlane says
Sharples.
Jamie's a proper playboy. Cilla Black says I'm the Hugh Hefner of Scarborough. Alan's my little bunny girl. Joe, I know how to pick things up like a bunny girl, a playboy bunny. I don't think I'll be able to show you.
What with?
Let me see if I can show you over here.
What, you mean you're going to bend down?
If you drop something and you're a playboy bunny, a friend of mine taught me this.
A friend.
Brigitte. She was a sort of 60s little... instead of bending, you have to do this.
Oh.
At the knees. At the knees because you don't want men pinching your bum.
You don't want your back going either.
So you pop down with your knees and your little ears.
I think they teach that at bricklaying school, don't they?
Maybe.
At the tech.
Maybe she was just a brickie.
They teach you at the tech to carry boxes that way.
This is my mate who was an actress in the 70s and the 80s.
And she was in Sorry, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in Sorry. She's the woman that Timothy runs away with at the very end of Sorry.
In the hot air balloon.
In a hot air balloon. But she was like a saucy little nymphette that used to pop up in things like The Sweeney.
And she's the receptionist in George and Mildred the movie.
She is, yeah.
In the when they go to the hotel.
But she taught me how to pick things up like a bunny girl with grace. I think because I was picking things up a bit
Yeah.
bit foolishly. I can show you the dog now, but I think she might be
might
busy
be licking
with her
her- licking her
downstairs.
tongue.
Shall I bring her up?
She a man.
There she is,
Oh,
Peggy.
there. Bex. Oh,
Good
there's
girl.
our little baby.
She'll settle down, hopefully now.
Just wash her little toes.
Emma Fisher has arrived, and
Mary Fisher lives by the sea.
I don't know if she's saying rude things or just taking her messages away.
All right. She might be slagging off your
She might be
smoking
slagging
jacket.
us off.
Or saying someone was bending over.
Alex Johnson has put a message here. Absolutely loved Sherry's fag break videos.
Ah.
I never even thought about the Flintstones Christmas special till Sherry mentioned it, but she makes a good point.
Well, it was actually Mucky Mandy, wasn't it? Mucky Maureen mentioned it.
Isn't that isn't Alan good? We all know Alan's good, but I was so proud of you for making all them videos.
Oh, shut up.
Because Alan doesn't do any of the editing. I do all the editing. Alan sits and helps me.
I shout instructions at
Like
him.
he helps me piece it together.
Make it black and white.
Helps it make it colorizing and stuff. So he
Yeah.
sees me doing it. Hasn't used any of the equipment.
Until
He
now.
filmed it all.
Yeah. I want to keep the Bairns entertained.
Ah,
I can't give them. We didn't give you repeats all the time. I'm glad you liked Ferry's fag break. It was something that there's a middle of the night things when you wake up and go, oh, I know what I can do. It was one of those.
you did a couple of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
And-
And there'll be more.
And then Aquamarina, which was
Yeah.
amazing that Alan did that all on his own. If you think about all them shots that he set up and...
And we normally do each other's shots. That sounds really rude, doesn't it? Yeah, we normally sort of film each other, which is easier, but having to sort of press the button and go back into...
And then, like, you know, you have to film it and then go and look if it's like, if you're in shot, if you're in focus, if you're in the right place.
And I had to choose a day when I'm not going to be, like, bombarded with deliveries or people knocking on the door, because I was in Marina outfit for about 8 hours. I was from morning till night, because a lot of the shots went wrong.
Oh yeah, you were gonna get up dead early, weren't you, and go down the street?
Yeah, and the and also the battery on the camera went, because I was using a different camera from what we normally use, because the one we use,
It's
we
the
have to
DSLR.
focus
We have
it,
to like.
and whereas the little one I have, you don't need to focus it, which is really good because I can just point and. But in the evening, it wasn't really good at doing evening shots, so it was all grainy. So I had to reshoot a lot of it.
But yeah, I was dead proud of my lovely husband for making.
And
them.
I had to get a pizza for the last scene. So me and Peggy enjoyed pizza.
Oh, I don't mind. Like I've lived on pizza. I've been a real like junk food slob while I've been away.
Well, they don't do good food abroad, do they, for vegetarians?
They don't do good food abroad, do they?
Just meat.
Oh, it's
Just cooked beasts.
that's like whinge and block it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Abroad, they don't do good food.
Have you had the shish kebabs?
Oh, ever since I arrived.
Been to the Acropolis?
I was never off it. Yeah, they well, America do good like plant-based food, but I'm on my own and I don't like going to restaurants on my own because I feel really uncomfortable and awkward. So I like to get takeaways, and Uber Eats kind of changed my world about 7 years ago because you get food to your hotel room from restaurants. But yeah, I've eaten rubbish. Mexico was awful for vegetarian food.
They've got them beans, haven't they?
They prepared me a special vegetarian meal. This is at the place I was working because they knew I was vegetarian on the first day. And it was like a vegetable stew with a little thing of rice in the middle. And I was looking at it and I said, oh, what's this? And I was trying to translate it to Spanish. And the woman said, oh, it's pork. And I said, oh, I can't eat pork. She said, it's only little. We've taken out the big bits. Like this was translated. So it was a stew that had been cooked with pork, but they'd taken out the pork to give it to me. So
see, Jamie is the sort of vegetarian that even if a bit of lard has been put in some pastry, his body knows. Not pretty.
Who was it from Dis? Was it Alex Cook?
Oh,
we had a bit of a disaster.
We went to
Dis.
the WY, didn't we, for Christmas?
The Women's Institute Christmas Fair.
And we thought, we'll treat ourselves, nice little bit of quiche for Christmas, you know, mushroom quiche. We said, is it vegetarian? She said, oh yes, vegetarian, mushrooms. Mushroom quiche, eggs, mushrooms, eggs. So we wolfed it down, didn't we, at Cherry B's, which was our landlady. And the next day he was in trouble.
Oh yeah, I almost like had accidents on stage, which is horrible.
So I went through the bin and found the packet, and she'd put a little sticker on the back. She said the pastry made from lard with lard.
I've been vegetarian for about 38 years now.
Yeah.
38 years? How can that be? I'm only 27. Well, let's have a look at some of the messages we're missing here. BG Bear, I would have loved to see the postman's face if you'd answered as Marina.
Well, there was a delivery, because we just bought a couple of wigs again. And I had to sort of do my usual, I'm just in the bath, I've just got out of the shower, can you leave on the doorstep? And I'm sure they go in their van and look and wait for me to open the door, and Marina just opens the door and picks it up, closes the door. Because I had like green nails and lashes and, well, you saw it, didn't you?
Didn't I have to answer the door just the other day and drag?
You did.
I can't remember what we were doing. We were either doing the photos or the video for our bingo.
We were doing the photos for the new live show.
Bingo! Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how that's happened. So, you will remember, around Alan's birthday, we had an audition at the Stephen Joseph Theatre to introduce ourselves and kind of get to know the producing team and the associate director.
And we also, around about my birthday, met properly the lovely boys at Eat Me Cafe, didn't we?
Yeah, and Eat Me Cafe is a gorgeous little cafe down the road from it, like a cafe. Cafe makes it sound not as lovely as it is, but a beautiful little venue, and they have taken over running the beautiful Art Deco bar and restaurant space at the Stephen Joseph Theatre, which is an old Art Deco cinema building. So we got to know them around the same time as your birthday. And conversations have been bubbling away since then, haven't they?
They'll be like simmering.
And when then summer came and they had lots of bookings of like weddings and things at the venue, at the Stephen Joseph Theatre, and they have the summer season.
Yeah.
I then got all this work going away abroad and stuff. So there's been little delays.
And they've gone on a little holiday.
They have gone to Thailand and Bangkok just now. But we are so excited to announce that we have a date in the diary and we're going to be live at the Stephen Joseph Theatre on Sunday, October the 30th.
In the afternoon. It's
Yeah,
a Sunday.
3 o'clock, an afternoon, a matinee.
And it's a very intimate affair because it's in the cafe. So it's like a sort of cabaret setup. So you'll run little tables and chairs.
So we're setting it up. We are theming it like you're at the Wig and Slingback. So it's going to be like a working men's club, an afternoon at a working men's club, and we are going to be playing bingo and lots of other little games. We've got loads of little games planned throughout. So it's going to be a really fun afternoon of comedy, drag, and games, and you can win prizes.
And there'll be lots of interaction and joining in, but nothing embarrassing. We're not going to embarrass
Like a
anybody.
little bit funny, embarrassing.
Yeah, but no, we're not going to. You know, I don't want people
But
to
it
be
won't be
like
horrible.
petrified.
No,
You know,
it'll be
don't-
fun. It'll be
you know.
lovely.
And we'll know who we can play with and who we won't. So we're not going to make it scary.
No, it'll be really, honestly, it'll be so inclusive and beautiful and lovely.
And I'm sorry for those who can't make it. I know it's a long way for you to come.
And it's short notice, I guess.
And it's very short notice, but this is the start, hopefully, of things, of live stuff. So, who knows? We might be coming to your area.
Yeah, we're hoping we'll get more at the Stephen Joseph as well. And I guess it's always going to be a Sunday afternoon, which kind of works for them, works for us.
Yeah.
And it finished by 5 o'clock, so there's plenty of time to get train back to York and get a train home to wherever home is. The train goes direct from Scarborough to Manchester, to Liverpool, to York, and York you can get to anywhere.
So it's been a bit of a challenge for us, really, because I know that we do videos and photos and we do these live shows, but doing stuff in person is a lot. It's a different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Yeah, because you never see our feet.
No, because normally I'm bull clipped or bare assed around the back. So,
And you're in your little
so thanks to Snag Tights,
you're in your little sangles, aren't
we've
you?
got our legs sorted out, and I've got some glitter kitten heels turned up the other day.
We've got some new wigs.
Got some new wigs.
Some new,
designed.
we want to kind of glow up.
If we just turned up in, pardon the phrase, the shit we've got downstairs, you'd want your money back.
So yeah, we're glowing up. But it's still going to be us. It's still going to be fun. Let's play the video. This is our little advert for what we are up to.
Do you fancy joining me for a little bit of fun?
You asked for it, so we're doing it.
We're going live.
And in person.
It's a wonderful show.
It's a game.
And it's called Bingo. Get your bloody dabbers out.
Join us for a couple of hours.
A comedy.
Games galore.
And lots of prizes to be won. And I know who's going to be winning those.
The only thing cheaper than the prizes are the hosts.
Eyes down.
It's full of
Old-fashioned drag.
camp comedy.
And end of the pier sauciness.
And if I win, I'm not sharing. So book your tickets.
Bring your friends and your little angels. And bring your bingo wings. And join us for a giggle.
Miss it.
Miss out. The Isolation Creations present
Drag bingo.
It's just a load of old balls.
You never know who you're going to meet.
Oh, hey, keep them balls out of my face. How he done? He's home at 5. He'll want his bloody tea on the table. And don't bring your kids. They'll only bloody ruin it.
There's nothing funny about men in wigs.
Did you spot the couple of nice wigs we've had made?
Yeah, 2 new wigs in there.
And that's all thanks to you guys for tipping us.
Yes, yeah.
Your generosity has really helped us improve things. I've even been able to buy a pair of underpants.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm normally bare ass, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. BG Bear says, I was looking on Google Maps. Isn't the venue right next to the station? Yeah, it couldn't be closer to the train station. We'll know the times of trains, so we'll kick people out. We'll mention when the trains are going. Will Venus has said if the wigs need tweaking, he can help, which is really useful, Will, because there might be one that needs a little bit of a spruce, and I'm sure we could line your pocket for that help. Yeah, we're excited about it, aren't we?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm a little bit nervous about it, more so than you, I think. Alan's done comedy before and interacted with audiences a lot more than me. Even when we did Panto, Alan was the dame, so did all the sort of... Well, I
All
guess
the
I
shtick.
did some, didn't I?
Yeah, you'll be my little stooge, won't you?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of a lot of the comedy is done on the day, really, because it'd be the audience that help create half of that. And I know full well that the people that have already booked, we've got some wonderful people coming already. So
Yeah, and don't be worried. So BG Bear says he's a bit of an introvert in real life, but honestly, it's going to be such a fun little gang of people there.
and I mean, this one is most probably going to be selling out. As I said, it's a very intimate affair, but there'll be others. So don't worry if you're gonna. Don't worry that you're going to miss out. 'Cause there'll be others. There'll be others.
But people are saying, can we live stream it on YouTube? No, because I don't.
It won't work.
And I don't understand. I wouldn't understand the technology of doing that. I'll be stressed enough.
It's like, there's when you've got a niece or nephew and they've been in like a Christmas show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you go around and put the
bobbins.
video on, and it's like 8 hours of like wobbly video. We don't want that, do we?
Yeah, it might look a bit bobbins if we
Yeah.
film it. Clay Mitchell, how come you guys don't have millions of subscribers?
People just don't share us. That's the bottom of it.
He says, come on, pull up your socks. Comment on other people's videos. I once mentioned you commenting on somebody's video a couple of days ago. Come on, pick up your socks. We really don't want millions of subscribers.
I mean, the thing is, when we make a video that we're really proud of, some people are so sweet. So, like, when we did the holiday on the buses, we loved doing it, and you guys loved it. And then somebody actually put it on one of the On the Buses forum. And some people there just really slated it. They thought we were taking the piss. They thought we were being rude.
Yeah, and the ABBA thing as well. I think
And it's just like, people don't get us sometimes. So
Yeah, when we get more followers, we tend to then start getting a little bit more hate. So we're quite careful. We love our little gang. don't
yeah, I mean, people have now forgotten how we started. We started just through lockdown, making videos and photos with things we had in the house. And obviously, as time's gone on, with starting to make our own stuff, and we're not just doing like recreations of programs and films and music videos. We're doing our own stuff now. But it's those recreations of TV films and things that sometimes can sort of wind people up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't bother us, I'm not going to stop. We're not going to stop doing those, are we?
No, we'll still do it.
But just when fresh eyes see our stuff, sometimes they can be a bit nasty.
Yeah, they don't get us. Mark Hall, Isolation Creations on tour, please. Cardiff calling. Well, we'll see how this goes, and we'll see if we do another couple, and then maybe word can get out to other venues that would have us.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't drive. So for us to sort of go on the road, we'd have to either learn to drive and buy a van or whatever. And
we need to get one of you to be our little tour manager and
luckily the
buy a bus.
The SJT is in walking distance, so we can pop stuff down in our trolley.
We can get a bus. We can get Dale Ibbotson to change it into a tour bus for us with his handy skills.
Yeah.
And Dale can drive us around the country.
And we'll drag him up as well.
We'll drag him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Clay. Darren B says, that sounds sad. I found you on the Buses forum. For me, that was really funny. Showed how clever and witty you are.
I'm not saying
Thank you,
everybody
Darren.
hates it. It's just that there's that odd
Just
one
the odd
person
one doesn't get
who
it.
gets offended that perhaps Olive's got a beard or...
Yeah, thinks we're sort of taking the piss out of On the Buses, which we are and we aren't, because we love On the Buses, but we also, we
But On the Buses
wanna,
isn't...
poke a bit of fun
we're
at
not talking
old-fashioned comedy.
the RSC, are we? On the Buses is a,
Martin Garten Spence says, we could get a Dolly Parton style tour bus. I'd want it to be like, the bus in Spice World. Yeah. Anyway, I had an idea for tonight, for the second half of tonight. Actually, let's have an ad break so I can run this by Alan. So, a few adverts.
Once upon a time, a little princess with a nasty cold found it hard to breathe. Then the good fairy appeared with Vicks Vapor Rub, good effective medicine. She rubbed it on the little princess and it did her good. It cleared her blocked nose, soothed her cough, and she fell asleep till morning.
For a child with a cold, it's love. For a mother, it's good effective medicine. Vicks Vapor Rub.
I've been sweet and I've been good. I've had a whole full day of motherhood, but I'm gonna have an Aviance night.
Prince Machiavelli brings you Aviance, a radiant new perfume that lasts through the night. And what a way to start it.
We're gonna have an Aviance night.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have an Aviance night.
Aviance.
Introducing Spin Slicer by Ronco, the fancy food cutter. Watch, take a beetroot or a turnip, put it in the spin slicer and spin. Look how fast and easy it is to use. Spin slice potatoes for frying or for casseroles. Spin slice carrots or radishes for a beautiful garnish. Spin slice onions for salads or for any kind of sandwich. Spin Slicer makes food look more appetizing than ever before. Spin Slicer, a perfect Christmas gift, only £4.99 at Woolworths and most fine stores.
We're happy to announce the arrival of a new baby. We've called her simply New First Love because she's more natural than ever. First of all, feed her, then gently squeeze her and see little tears run down her cheeks. Then she wets her nappy, just like a real baby. New First Love feeds, cries little tears, and wets her nappy.
New First Love, a very lovable new baby doll from Pedigree.
Everyone, smile. Mother, big smile. Nice.
Where's the photograph?
Well, I'll have to take the film to be developed.
What, no photograph?
No photograph? No photograph.
Here, dear, is the photograph.
With a Polaroid 1000 instant camera, just push the button, and in minutes you'll enjoy your picture in brilliant colour.
Now that's a photograph.
Polaroid 1000, the world's simplest camera.
Should be here in 4 minutes.
Don't fuss, Mum. You know what I like.
Blooming taters out here, Sarge. Put the kettle on.
When you find yourself with a hungry moment, just put the kettle on and make a pot noodle. Tender pasta noodles with vegetables and soya pieces in a rich, savoury sauce. Choose from 5 tasty flavours and eat hot from the pot.
Now mind your shirt, Gerald.
So try pot noodle today. Now in new sweet and sour and cheese and tomato flavours.
In the night, let the windows of your house, especially of your chamber, be closed. When you be in your bed, lie a little on your left side and sleep on your right side.
What's that all about?
That was women only. I hope you like our little wanders down memory lane.
I love old adverts.
Gives us a chance to go and use the usual offices and have a little chat about how it's going and check where we are.
I was looking at the Tiny Tears advert, and we had a girl at school. She had got one for Christmas when she was little, and her brother put limeade in the bottle. So,
did they actually drink it?
Well, yeah, it goes in the system, doesn't it? And I think she cried like thick, silky limeade.
Green tears.
And that was when limeade was like properly green.
Melanie Fairley says her friend used to eat Vicks.
Mint jelly.
You used to like Vicks, didn't you?
Oh, when I was ill, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the vapours. My dad used to give me hot lemonade. Just put lemonade in a pan. I heat it up. And it used to work.
A friend that I worked with in the States said as soon as you feel ill, you should drink 2 litres of Coca-Cola because it's so kind of rank, it like eradicates anything.
Well, we were watching that thing, weren't we? I think the BBC Archive put usually out this video once a year, and it's like old wives' tales of how to get rid of coughs and colds. It's like, put grease, put lard on your chest, put a sweaty sock round your neck.
Oh, Clay Mitchell, we're only teasing with you.
What?
Clay says we should have millions of followers because he's talked about us. Not that we should be talking about ourselves. Well, I thought we should have a chat about what we were all doing 30 years ago.
Oh, if I can remember.
So would you believe it that 30 years ago is 1992? Which surprised me.
Oh, wow.
That 30 years is 1992.
No, I know.
This began in 1992.
Are we still practising, Gab, or is this it?
No, this is it.
Oh,
This is
my
the
word, I
real
can't
thing.
believe it. It's the Big Breakfast here on Channel 4, live at 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday, September 28, 1992. I'm Chris.
And I'm Gabby.
OK, I wish I was Richard.
Oh, I wish I was Judy.
But we're not.
Chris and
We
Gabby.
will be in 12 months' time, maybe, if we're lucky. Yeah, 7:23. Here we are in the Big Breakfast bathroom with the crunch. Have you read this headline today?
It's the crunch.
Aliens from space landed,
Yeah.
and here they are.
Here we are. There's no picture of me in it.
I'm sorry about that, Zag.
Yeah.
Say hello to the viewers. They don't know who you are yet.
Hello, viewers!
This is Zig.
I'm Zig.
And this is Zag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made my own badge this morning as well. You
Did
can
you?
do that at home if you like.
Okay,
Look.
that's a great badge,
I made a
Zig.
bunch.
Talking to Joanna Lumley,
Ooh.
who's upstairs at the moment,
Oh.
preparing herself for the in-depth probing I'm going to give her.
I'm still in Rio de Janeiro for people who weren't watching earlier. Not really, just a little joke there for Monday morning. We're in Leeds, and the reason we're here is to try and find the biggest traffic jam in the country.
Worthy.
No, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. This is Bob Geldof, who is going to be doing the serious part of the show. Just headlines with Peter Smith.
John Smith begins his first Labour Party conference.
So this has been it. It's time to say goodbye to the girls. Bye, girls. Bye to the boys. Bye, boys. Bye. Bye to Zach and Zach.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Joanna Lovely's there.
I know.
Oh, Joanna. Do the coffee thing. Do that. Do it.
Goodbye, Mark.
Goodbye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
We'll see you tomorrow on the Big Breakfast with Patrick Swayze. Lots of other stuff as well.
Who?
Ta-da.
Who?
Oh, it's fun, wasn't it?
I loved the Big Breakfast. Do you remember
so-
I used to get up at 7 o'clock to watch it, even though I didn't have to get to work till 10.
Yeah, it was so chaotic, but whoa, it was a wake up, didn't it?
Yeah, it changed TV really,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
So in 1992, September 28th, 1992 was when the first episode of The Big Breakfast aired. And I do remember it being on, but I also remember this time because I was about to go to university.
I was as well. I think at the end of September I went.
Yeah, let's have a look here. We've got some people's thoughts. Jason Rigby, I was preparing to leave home for the first time at nearly 20.
I was the same.
Neil Sandwell, I was at college with Bubbles. Nibbles and Bubbles, not just with Bubbles. We were both probably worrying about our curriculum studies exam. Filippo Giacomo, 30 years ago, I was in the 4th year of high school, complete with centre parting. The 90s were a good time fashion-wise. Melanie Felly, I was 18, doing very little. I think I was 18 as well, Melanie. Let's have a look. Anyone over here about what they were doing? Linda LaHughes, I graduated from uni, then worked as possibly the worst waitress in the world. I made 2 soups look speedy. I didn't know you worked as a waitress, Linda. BG Bear was in the middle of my nurse training. Retired this year after 30 years.
Oh, wow.
So Tracy F, I've no idea what the F that show was. It was Breakfast TV. So it was a new breakfast TV show, and it ran for years and years, didn't it?
I mean, we normally had really stuffy news programs, didn't we, in the morning?
Yeah, like Good Morning America.
Yeah, but this was all over the place.
Just shook it up. It was set in a house.
And the
different
cameraman
rooms
would
of the house.
run from room to room, go in the garden.
You saw all the crew. It was the first time you kind of saw the crew. The crew would laugh along with it. They interviewed people on the big double bed upstairs.
And they had people like around the country doing roving report, like Mark Lamar was there.
Cheggers. They reinvented Cheggers.
Yeah.
They brought Babs Windsor back from the grave to EastEnders.
Yeah.
They made her. They had a campaign, I think, to get Babs on EastEnders. But yeah, I was 18, about to leave to go to Kent University in Canterbury.
I was about to go to Bretton Hall to do drama, so I'd have been like gathering all my little kettle and my duvet and all my little bits and pieces, getting ready to live my life.
Oh, I was dead nervous. I was I think I'm more nervous than I've ever been. I remember Mum and Dad drove me down and got me into my little room and whatever. And I remember when they left, and I just burst into floods of tears and thought, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. I'd only just turned 18, and I wasn't ready, and I only lasted a year, and I hated it.
Oh, I was ready. I'd shared a room with my brother for 20-odd years. Oh, I was gagging to get out of there. Michael says 1992 was also the start of El Dorado.
It was. 1993 was the end of El Dorado.
Yeah.
Once that ended, there was no way I could stay at university. Caroline was feeling abandoned at school. She had a whole year at school without me, sashaying down the corridors. Ab Fab started in 1992.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I had a little list. I'd written a list of stuff that came out in 1992, and I've left it downstairs. Chris will be happy. Chris Nibbles will be happy. 1992 was the year of, amongst many other imitations, die-hard imitations, Under Siege.
Yeah.
Which I made Alan sit through about a month ago, didn't I?
Yeah, for quite a lot of them, didn't you?
I love watching like 80s and 90s films on like a Friday or Saturday night.
They were actually good. It was good to see some of them again.
So we watched Under Siege 1 and Under Siege 2, which I'd never seen.
With Steven Seagal.
Oh, they were awful. Like beautifully awful, but really bad.
Yeah.
The second Under Siege.
I thought that was better than the first one.
Yeah, but one of the first scenes...
Was that on the train?
Was a satellite... like people people like American sort of in suits and like
using
like
satellites
geeky bots, using satellite imaging
check on terrorists,
and they zoomed in on a woman's boobs on a beach from space.
I don't know.
First Under Siege had like the first kind of Baywatch glam actress, not Pamela Anderson, whoever was before Pamela Anderson, I can't remember her name, one of you will remember, as a stripper. And whilst the whole ship has been like, everyone's been shot and everyone's been taken hostage and stuff, she's in an empty room. She bursts out of a cake when the fellow who's going to save the day comes and finds her. She bursts out of a cake and sort of sleepily does a striptease.
It's like, there's the booby bit.
I always look out for the boobs in early 80s films. Erica Eleniak, says Filippo.
Melanie says 1992 had an awful Eurovision winner. Who was it? I can't remember.
Melanie, who was our 1992 Eurovision act? Was it Little Sonia or was it Michael Ball? It might be Michael Ball. Who remembers what the Christmas number one was in 1992? I can give you clues. I'll give you clues. See if you can guess it. It's from a film. No.
Not Scrooge.
No, it's not to do with Christmas. It's from a movie. It stayed at number one for a long, long time. And it was written by Dolly Parton.
Bodyguard.
Yeah, I will always love you.
Michael Ball, 92, I think somebody said.
Michael Ball, 92, says Melanie. Jason Rigby, it was still number one in February 1993. Whitney.
Really?
There's a film coming out about Whitney.
There is, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it while I was in the States. Let's have a look. Any other little 1992? Paul McFarlane, what were you doing in 1992? Were you just a weean?
We a being with your iron brew.
Let's have a look. Anyone else? 1992. Oh, here we go. Paul McFarlane. He said it. I missed it. Paul McFarlane. I was 19 and had hair. The memories.
Paul, I had a waist. I had hair. I had less chins.
Oh, you had a little tape player. Did you have a tape player in your room?
I did, with double cassette.
Tell us some of the tapes you bought.
Well, I was a very poor child, as you know.
Did you have a little box that you kept all your tapes in?
Yeah, it's a little case that I think my mum and dad bought me for Christmas once to put tapes in. And I used to go to Wilco's. And by then, my nana had donated all these wonderful LPs to me, like Shirley Bassey. And
I know I'm a little Lord Fauntleroy, but I thought Wilco's was a new shop. I thought Wilco's was like post-millennium.
You knew it was Wilkinson's, I think.
Yeah, but I didn't. I'd never been in a Wilco's.
I'd never been faced with it.
Until we were in Ramsgate.
So I used to go to the bargain bucket, 50p one.
Tell us about some of the cassettes.
Liza Minnelli.
Which one?
They weren't the...
Tell me a song and I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Arthur in the Afternoon.
The Act soundtrack.
And then there was one, Miss Pearl the Singer of the Song. It was like best of.
Are you sure it's not the soundtrack to The Act?
No.
Where are those coloured lights? Oh no, that's something else.
And things like panpipes.
Liza will hate me.
I used to listen to panpipes. Anything with Shirley Bassey. Cilla Black. I was listening to Cilla.
You used to listen to Vera Lynn, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my nana gave me a big, massive pile of records, and in there was like Mamas and Papas, all the old favourites.
What did I have?
You must have had a live orchestra, didn't you?
Well, I would have had a CD player.
You had a quartet in the corner of your room.
I think I had a CD player. I imagine 1992. I was at peak Sondheim phase of my little gay life.
Oh, so you were what was that shop called in London?
Dress Circle.
I was always in the Dress Circle.
I was never out of Dress Circle.
With my long scarf and checkbook.
Those boys should have never opened the basement. I sang in Dress Circle once.
I know.
It shut down not long after.
I once bought you a CD from there for your birthday. It was something like it was about £800. And I got it home, and it was like, you know, there's little booklets that come out.
I know exactly what it was. I think it was Patti LuPone Live.
I think so. And all the staples were rusty. I said, those boys have got damp in that shop. I paid £800 for this CD. It's got rusty staples in the booklet. You'll think I've nicked it from the Chazza shop.
I love that Patti album. In this album, it's Patti's live show.
It's like, what do you want for your birthday? A box of chocolates, pair of slippers. I want Patti LuPone. Out of reach CD that's not available.
Patti LuPone's 1991 Connecticut concert.
Here's the number of Dress Circle. They'll order it in for you from the Americas.
She sings There Ain't Nobody Here But Us Chickens, and she dedicates it to Meryl Streep because she just got the job in Sunset Boulevard instead of Meryl Streep.
Mark Hall's written.
Mark Hall. We are seeing Dame Shirley on Tuesday at the Albert Hall.
Lucky boys!
For the Bond concert.
I know. Oh, bless her.
What do we think she'll sing?
Diamonds are forever.
There's one there, and there's one there.
Oh, Shell.
Clay Mitchell started working in 1997, stopped in 2007, but I'm not sure what that refers to. Alan Port-McFarlane says, I feel your pain. We'll cuddle our pain away and remember the good old times.
Well, I'll bring a little syrup along if you want, and we'll pop one on your head.
Alex Johnson, I was a bit of a sad git in 1992. I was listening to 2 Unlimited. 2 Unlimited, was that? No. Might not be. What else did I have in 1992? I loved Twin Peaks, so I had a Twin Peaks poster for my room. Did you have posters in your little room at university?
Well, we were told not to.
You didn't obey, did you?
No.
Did you have a Betty Blue poster?
No, I didn't actually I didn't have any posters really. So I had a typewriter. I had an electric typewriter which to annoy the girl above me.
It's like Jessica Fletcher.
Because I used to do all my essays last minute, like 2 a.m. And I couldn't. My handwriting was awful, so I used to type all my essays. This was long before computers were made.
My university was a collegiate university, so everything was kind of like colleges. So there was kind of a big study hall in the halls, the top floor. So we sometimes did all-nighters up there.
Oh, we had. I think in the end, my 3rd or 2nd year, they brought in computers.
Do you know
with that paper that had the things on? Do you remember?
What were them?
You have to take them off. You know the little holes.
Mum and Dad will think I'm being like druggy now, but what were them tablets that you used to be able to take that would keep you up all night? Pro Plus.
And then there was like a little thing per pet.
So they're not drugs. You get them from like the chemist, didn't you? They were just like caffeine tablets, I think.
Yeah, you should take them if you're going clubbing.
Oh, I'm going to have to get some Pro Plus. I've got an essay.
They're like Baby E's. And there was that thing as well, that herbal thing you put on your tongue you get from the chemist.
Rescue Remedy.
That's it.
All the girls used to swear by that. I need some Rescue Remedy. I'm feeling very anxious.
And then you'd say to your tutor, "Oh, can I have an extension of like a week?" He's like, "It's only 2,000 words.
Caroline Ibbotson, did we ever go to the film photo shop in Soho? Yeah, do you remember it?
Oh, yes, yeah.
I loved it there. And that's where you could get posters like Betty Blue posters, couldn't you?
Mm.
Will Venus, I was either in nursery or just about to go to primary school.
Little baby. We got lots of little babies, haven't we, that follow us?
We have. Ellen Meadows was 19 in 92. Dawn Lovejoy. They always had posters on sale first week at university. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I remember. And they'd always be like Che Guevara or Betty Blue.
Oh yeah, people that posted they'd never seen before. Yeah,
that was me with my Patti LuPone live poster.
Have you got a James Dean or something? You got that bloke holding that baby.
I wouldn't. Do you know? I wouldn't have been into Patti in '91. Patti LuPone. I would have known her from the Witness film where she runs up and down stairs with a glass of orange juice, but I wouldn't have been a fan. I was big into Liza 92 as well. Neil Sandwell saw, I can't see the rest of this comment, saw Lady V for the first time in 1992. I'm trying to go back to see the rest of that. She was an angel in Anything Goes.
Anything? I think she told us, didn't she?
Didn't meet in person until 1993.
Oh, that love lingered, didn't it?
Let's have a look at. We've got some Pro Plus talk over here. Pro Plus, the Red Bull came out after Pro Plus, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember Red Bull at university. BG Bear says a caffeine tablet and then go out on the vodka. Joel Hazeldean says Sega Mega Drive. Sega. I didn't have one of those.
Sega Mega Drive. I didn't do computer games back then. I would have had the old Amstrad. Most probably at home.
Could we have an Isolation Gang song to sing every time we're together for the live shows? No, we'll be too cliquey then, Paul. It would be horrible if we were all like, we got together like Rama Lama Lama. And everyone else like,
B-I-N-G-O. B-I-N-G-O.
Clay Mitchell, Vera Lynn was his mum's favourite. No Limit was the song that knocked Whitney off the top spot. It's all circular, isn't it? With us.
Oh yeah, so I'd have gone to university with like a bag full of old-fashioned granny music.
Who did you have? Alan was at Bretton Hall in Wakefield. So, now I'm not being snobby, but I imagine the acts that they got for their fresher ball and such like weren't that good. Who did you have?
We had Pop Will Eat Itself.
What? Who's that?
Pop Will Eat Itself 1 year.
I've never even heard of them.
We had Bucks Fizz. That might have been the last year.
Oh, I'd have loved that.
Without some of them. I think there was only one person in it from the original.
Just
They would just go. And then I don't know who else we had.
We didn't have that, but we had the Freshers.
I was there for 3 balls. So.
Freshers Ball. I never went to the Freshers Ball, but we had Snap. Snap do Rhythm is a Dancer or something. The Power. I can't remember. We had Voice of the Beehive.
Oh wow.
I can't remember. What was Voice of the Beehive song? Did they go Don't Call Me Baby? Na, 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 na. I went to see them.
That's Mary Wilson, isn't it?
They didn't have the Beehives.
Mary Wilson? No.
Caroline says, I've seen... Oh, PWEI, she calls it. Listen to that. She's in the know with you. Pot will eat itself.
Well, should I have said why?
She says, I've seen PWEI a few times.
You don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are. Spencer Carter's chirped up saying, we had sun in, spray hair lightened, East London. Spencer Carter won't mind me sharing that in 1992, he was in a boy band.
Spencer Carter?
Called Five Guys. Pre-Burger Joint.
Are there any songs
in
the world that you sang?
They were on Michael Barrymore's My Kind of Music or whatever that music show was.
Mm.
And they did a summer season with Les Dawson and the Roly-Polies. I think then they split up.
Oh.
They all wore different coloured shirts. And I've seen one photo and I think the orange shirt was Trouble.
Well, if they perform with the Roly-Polies and Les Dawson, I bet Neil Sandwell saw them.
Oh yeah, I bet he did. Spencer says that was the pinnacle of their career, and then they couldn't. Downhill from there. Jonathan Brett Warren, did you use up the paper in Rutherford? Jonathan, I was in Elliott College. Jonathan was at same college as me. at university. Elliot College, right next to the bar. E2S2 was the name of my room. Linda LaHue says she was drinking Kiwi 2020.
2020. Oh.
Thunderbirds in 2020. Jason Rigby's also calling Pop Will Eat Itself PWEI and says they did a song for the 1990 World Cup. Jason.
There was another drink you could drink.
Do you forget we're renowned
There was another drink you
homosexuals?
drank from the offie, which was cheap.
Thunderbirds.
There was a Thunderbird.
Thunderbird was like 2020.
There was another one as well, but it was in this sort of...
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it's called now.
Let's have a look. Anyone else? Watermelon 2020, says Ellen Meadows. Blue Balls and Lemonade, says Caroline Ibbotson.
Blue Balls, yeah. I think my brother got a bottle of Blue Balls for Christmas one year.
Mad Dog 2020.
And Blue Balls brought other things out, didn't they? Like green mint bowls.
You could have peppermint bowls. I think bowls isn't the name of like Blue Balls. I think
no.
it's the name of a type of liqueur.
Oh, and then of course we had Taboo and Mirage.
We did.
But Mirage sort of drifted off a bit.
What would I be drinking then? Because I wasn't drinking pints.
You'd have had so much showing off, wouldn't you? Like,
I think I was having gin and orange cordial.
How were you?
Thinking that made me more posh than just gin and orange.
Yeah, my mum had cordials with her gins when growing up. They didn't have much fresh orange. You only had that when you were badly.
Well, we are at past 9 o'clock. So we're gonna. Should we say we're gonna have a lock-in?
We'll have a lock-in.
But for those of you who are just here for the hour, we like to kind of complete.
So you feel you can go off and put your tea on.
So what do we have to remind people of? The booking for our live show opens on the website tomorrow. The website is www.sjt.uk.com. It's on our Facebook page. Booking opens tomorrow.
And it's the 30th of October, so you might have to look for it up in the calendar.
Tickets are £12.50 and they are strictly limited. So if you want to come, thinking about it, get booking because they will sell out, I think.
And if you can't come, don't worry. We'll be...
We'll still be
doing
this.
other shows.
We'll still be doing videos.
We're not leaving you to go on the road.
And
we wouldn't do that to you.
The tip, if you want to leave us a tip, which is lovely if you do, you can follow the link, which is scrolling past at the bottom to our coffee page, ko-fi, coffee.com/isolation creations, or you can get your phone, hold up your little camera app and scan that, and that will take you directly to that page. I hope it's the right one.
And I said earlier in the live chat that your donations have helped buy us some lovely wigs. They've also helped us buy a bingo machine, and we've also just bought
some props because we're going to do
really large playing cards.
We're going to do a bit of play cards, right? There's going to be loads of games. We're trying to work out how we can do a meat raffle, but without any meat.
So we might just look for a very masculine, athletic young man.
Maybe a plant-based raffle. But it's going to be a real laugh. There will be prizes. There'll be good prizes and there'll be tatty prizes and there'll be just loads of fun stuff to do. It's going to be a real giggle. So come along and book tickets for our live show. If you're in Scarborough area, you have no excuses. And if you're further
anything miles away, you do.
You do, but
we wouldn't put that through you.
You can come and stay at the Grand Hotel and get a room for very cheap.
Don't stay there.
We like to end with a song, not from us. But from someone very special. We sometimes end with a song from Scylla. We have ended with a song from Rusty Lee. We've ended with, who have we had songs from? All manner of people, celebrities. But I've got a real treat for you tonight. I discovered this about 6 months ago. I've been hanging on to it. It's about 1.5 minutes long. Give it a watch and stay because we'll be back after this for those who want to hang out with us in the lock-in. Enjoy!
See you soon, my darlings. Bye.
Well, singing And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going. It's Miss Lake Dardanelle, Naomi Shore. Miss Lake Darnell, Naomi Shore.
Darnell Shaw.
I've had mute on. Say it again.
I wonder what happened to Miss Luke Darnell Shaw. She's either pissed or deaf, or both.
I think there is a video where she sings it, and she sings it well.
Oh,
like a sort of like, I can do it.
Was that at the dress rehearsal?
No, I think she's done it in because I guess this has gone viral. This.
Oh, poor girl.
It's when she does a bit of.
It's the ending. When he goes, "Oh, gonna love me."
So those of you who've been slating Scylla, that's what you're going to get. We'll bring Scylla back because she's better than Miss Lake Darnell.
Poor darling. God, she'll be old now, won't she?
I don't know when that was. I think it's more recent than you think.
I think that was 92.
So 1992, what did we have on TV? Ab Fab, Big Breakfast. I'm trying to think of anything else that started.
Well, that'd have been when I sort of stopped watching things because I was busy studying, So yeah, I must be stopped watching EastEnders and Corrie and all that.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what was going on in those then. El Dorado, of course, started, which we are very, very fond of.
Yeah.
We might revisit El Dorado.
Well, it's only a year's worth, isn't it? It's not going to...
I'm going to show people my new little present, which came after my birthday.
Oh, the other one I bought you.
This one.
Oh, yeah. I got my little dolly, didn't I?
Yeah. Alan bought me a little drag queen doll.
Ah, okay. They.
So they do a little hair reveal. They've got little other outfits that they can change into.
They've got a little. They have got a little camouflage jacket, little wig.
Wig reveal.
Pair of sneakers. Got a little sneaker. Show them the shoes. The shoes. Great. I don't know what else outfits came.
She hasn't got a name.
Well, she's not been named yet. Beverly Heights has been named.
I'll have to think of a name. I only got her and then I went away travelling, didn't I?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Vinted. It's a bit hit and miss sometimes because you'll see something amazing and be like, a jewelled gown for £10. You go, oh, I'm going to buy it. And the person who's selling it just can't be bothered to send it to you, so they don't bother sending it.
But yeah, the little drag baby took a while to come, didn't she?
She did, but the person was on holiday and it all went tits up. And then they came back and said, oh, I'm sorry, it's all gone tits up, but we'll send it to you again. So that it worked out, but just a bit late.
Have a Google, people, of what films came out in 1992. So as well as Under Siege and Under Siege 1.
There must be some classics that year, surely.
Strictly Ballroom was 92.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Strictly Ballroom, which I adore. It's up there in one of my top
Tina
films.
Sparkle.
Yeah. That came out in 1992.
Paul said that January 92, Grace and Favour started.
Oh, wow. When did it end? 93?
Must be 92. It didn't last very long, did it?
Alex Johnson, that is a classic. 1992. I remember all the dads talking about Basic Instinct. Oh yeah, Basic Instinct came out with Sharon Stone's infamous little leg cross scene. And do you remember what was even like the funnier scene than that in Basic Instinct is when Michael Douglas is at the nightclub and he wears like an M&S V-neck jumper.
Oh wow, we've come on. Back then it was a flash of Sharon Stone's downstairs, and now it's Naked Attraction with 4 minges in a coloured boxes.
Dale's mentioned one, and it's one of your favourite films.
What was it?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I love that film.
That came out in 92.
Yeah, because it was on at the BFI, wasn't it?
Yeah, did you go and see it at the cinema?
Oh, yeah.
No, but in 92?
Yes, I went. Yeah, I would have done.
Where would you have gone to?
Must be
Hull or Breton?
Must be when I was at college. I remember seeing it on screen loads of times. I definitely saw it at the BFI. That would have been sort of in the late 90s.
Tracy 30, Batman Returns came out in 92. Couldn't see it in theatres, allowed to watch it on VHS. I love Batman Returns. That's why I dressed up as Catwoman, really. We watched it not long ago, didn't we? It's a Christmas movie. People
Oh, yes,
forget
it's
that.
lots of snow,
It's a
isn't
Christmas film, yeah. 1992 was the last year of the Golden Girls.
Was it really?
Wow.
When B decided to up sticks.
Oh, yeah, and then the
rest of them were
when
like
they went to the
freaked
hotel.
off. Oh, that was awful, wasn't it?
Here we go. Jason Darty. Men Behaving Badly started on ITV2 in 1992, before then moving to the BBC.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, I remember that.
Wayne's World, I think, was 92.
Oh, I wasn't a fan of that.
I remember going to see Wayne's World. My mum, who's a nurse, that's from Johnny Briggs. I think I might get that wrong again. It might be from Simon and the Witch.
We've had this trouble before.
My mum and dad were members of like a film society. Sounds posher than it is, but it meant every Tuesday they would go to a film at the art centre, which would be more like an arty movie.
Oh, I remember you used to do that, yeah.
And I think we went to see Strictly Ballroom then. Wonder if 1992 did Thelma and Louise come out in 1992?
Might have been later.
Was Twin Peaks on in 1992? I'm sure it was, because I was well into it, but it might have ended.
Jason Rigby says Carry On Columbus came out October 92.
Oh, wow. Gladiators started in 92. Sister Act. Oh, Sister Act's such a good film. Written for Bette Midler, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Not Whoopi?
No. Wolvina's Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Yeah, because the guy from my college went on to be to do an Heartbeat.
And Darren B says the Heartbeat theme, Nick Berry. Now, Darren B, I think, is our lovely cameraman.
He is, yes.
Darren, I'm desperate to ask you what's been going on this morning since all that shenanigans.
Oh, the queuing thing. Oh, my word.
But we'll have to do that when we're in person, Darren, so we can have a good gossip about it.
They're getting run through the mill with that, aren't they?
Oh, I know. I missed all of that. I missed the
did
funeral.
Did any of you guys go and queue and pay your respects to your...
Yeah, did anyone go
to
and...
the Queen?
What are you, Peggy Pegs? She's down here frigging about. Claude Le Creuset says 1992 was the Queen's Annus Horribilis. That was so that was when Diana's book came out, and they divorced. Yeah. I think, possibly.
Look what Caroline Ibbotson was doing in 92.
I went to watch Montserrat Caballé in concert.
As you do.
And Freddie Mercury was sat in the audience. Wow.
And their song was a couple of years later, wasn't it? Or
was it written?
94.
I would have thought their song was in the 80s.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So there was already Friends.
Thelma and Louise was 91. Dangly Cock has arrived and says he's late. You've missed everything.
You missed late, love. You're a bit late, love.
Look at my dad saying, I'm sure my dad's not said this. My Cousin Vinny came out in 1992. He doesn't even have a Cousin Vinny. That must be my mum. My mum must have looked up films. Mum, I've never watched My Cousin Vinny. It must be one of my brothers that was into that. I bet Ross was into it. It's not my sort of thing.
Windsor Castle was on fire too in 92.
Oh, wow.
I remember that being on the news.
Did anyone queue? Did anyone join that queue? Alex Johnson just read Emma Bunton made her acting debut in EastEnders and then in The Beale a few weeks later. Yeah, Baby Bunton was in EastEnders. I think Baby Bunton was also nearly Bianca Jackson.
Was she?
Yeah. She was nearly Bianca Jackson. So she was like the last two, I think, for that role. Oh yeah, Windsor Castle. It's come on both sides, Windsor Castle. Cilla Black, I don't know if she's referring to something or just making a proclamation, but she says, Judy Spears, brilliant broadcaster. We'd agree.
Cilla, what were you doing in 92? You must have been busy.
Yeah, Cilla, what were you up to in 1992?
You must have been Blind Date, weren't you, and all that. Surprise, surprise.
It must have been the height of your career. Let us know what was going on for Cilla. Did you have any albums out, or were you just TV? Windsor Castle fire, yeah. Claude Cruz said, no, was not in half of the country in queue, but the other half of the country watching the queue. I missed it all. I was here for the Queen's passing, but I missed all of that queuing, and I missed
funeral.
The funeral.
I watched it from like, I don't know. I started watching it about 9:45.
We're not monarchists, are we?
No, but I wanted to sort of see it. I mean, it was a big grand affair, wasn't it? Oh my word, just didn't stop.
Look, another little proclamation from my dad.
Twin Peaks
Fire Walk with Me, 1992.
Did you copy and paste?
I think my mum feeds him things to type in. You not enjoyed the Queen's funeral, but you sort of found it moving, didn't you?
Yeah, and I mean, what I found more moving was when they arrived at Windsor and they were stood there with their pony, and then the two little corgis. Oh my God, that's when I fell up.
Did you start roaring?
Well, when you see, somebody decided to bring the horse out that she loved. Sarah says, "What are we drinking?"
Oh, I'm drinking Aperol. Aperol Spritz.
And I'm drinking a lager. But your birthday lagers, my darlings, are still in the fridge.
Asahi.
They're still in the fridge, chilled. So we should.
This is my first drink since my birthday.
So we must be drinking them one Wednesday when we're with you here, won't we?
Yeah, this is my first drink at home since I've been away.
Jason Ruby said Shakespeare's Sister Stay.
Well, we've done that as a video. If you've never seen that, it's worth watching because that was in one of the lockdowns we did it. Maybe the second or the third lockdown.
Yeah.
It was one of our more adventurous ones, which we were really proud of. And then after we'd done that, we went into doing more pop videos.
Yeah.
And someone asked, and I forgot who it was, they would love to see our take on Baby Jane. Well, we've done it. We've done the trailer for Baby Jane. So it's on YouTube. You just need to search for the Isolation Creations Baby Jane and it will come up.
I find YouTube so difficult now to find videos because it doesn't show everything, does it? You've got to sort of...
Oh, you have to delve in if you're on someone's channel.
It'll give you a pick-and-mix version of what we've done and then you've got to go searching.
Cilla Black says, at that point, she was LWT's highest paid star.
Yeah, I remember you being very, very... Every Saturday night, Cilla.
She had both Blind Date and Surprise Surprise in production, half the year each.
Yeah. Not to mention on them Christmas specials.
Oh, Rodney Maskell queued. Well done, Rodney. Well, well done. That sounds patronising, but what a thing to have done.
What a thing!
An experience
to queue for. Well, some of them were queuing for more than 20 hours.
And because it would just be constantly moving, wouldn't it? I guess.
Yeah. So you can't sleep, can you, or rest?
Well, Nibbles and Bubbles go to Disney a lot, and they're used to queuing, but I think even them wouldn't queue for 9 hours, would they, for a ride?
Unless there was a fast track for the members of this morning.
Members of the press. We had a couple of friends who queued and then shared the video on the BBC of when they got into the room. But I bet it was a real moving thing to do.
It would have been, because, I mean, for me and must be a lot of you on here, she was must be the only monarch they knew. I mean, she's been going for 70 years, oh my word. And I suppose if I lived down London way, I might have done it. I don't know.
I don't think I would. I remember the queue for the Queen Mother when I was working on the South Bank, and it just, yeah. I just wouldn't do it. It's not my thing. I'm not going to do it because I would feel like I would feel fake doing it because I'm not a monarchist at all. Not that I didn't like the Queen. I kind of like the Queen, but I don't believe in the royal family really.
But it was quite an eye opener for the funeral was because you sort of saw things like for when Charles actually at the end they took all the sort of crown off her and scepter and orb. We'll have that back, love, and put that on a little sideboard.
Does he get a new crown, or is that the same crown that everyone has?
Well, I saw a video today where he's got his new sort of monograms just come out, and his is a Tudor crown.
So he gets a different. Crown.
So the Queen had this sort of Elizabethan crown.
So it's not like Drag Race where they just get the same crown.
I don't know. So they took all the crown off her, and he put a blanket, like a little velvet blanket, on her coffin, and they broke a staff, and put it on it, and that gets buried with her.
Like a posh stick.
No, I think it's like a snooker cue. You know those that you sort of they're the snooker cues that screw in.
Really?
It was like that. The sort of one did it, broke it in half, put it on a coffin, and that went down with her. So there's all these traditions they had that they,
In other news, BG Bear was emptying his first patient's bedpan in 92.
Well, yeah.
Here we go. Paul McFarlane says, I'm not a royalist, but when the Queen's pony curtsied as her coffin went past, it made him sad. And Will Venus, when she made her way from Balmoral travelling through Edinburgh, there were helicopters everywhere.
It was a sad day.
Darren B had lots of friends working on the funeral. 248 cameras.
And
Wow.
She was popular. She was popular throughout the world.
Danglycock says it's wand of office, but I think he's making a gag.
I even think the people who are not into the royals were touched by it.
Yeah.
I think it was. You'd have to have a heartstone not to be touched by that.
By the funeral.
Yeah.
Lisa, thank you for joining us in a bit of your birthday. You have a
And I
lovely
hope you have a
evening.
lovely birthday, the rest of your birthday, the rest of your day.
Have a lovely time.
We'll see you next week.
Anyone else? Any little comments that we've missed that I should have said? Let's have a look at Jason Rigby's top 10 from
Yeah, he's put a lot of work into this, hasn't he?
Top 10 from 92. Shakespeare's Sister, Stay. Loved it. Did you?
Yeah.
We loved it. Snap, Rhythm is a Dancer.
Can't remember. I don't
Like
remember that.
Rhythm is a Dancer. That's who did my Freshers Ball, Snap.
Right.
Boys to Men, End of the Road.
Don't remember it.
Now you've come to the end of the road. They're sort of like standing up from a stool, boy band. Right Said Fred, Deeply Dippy.
Please don't go.
Oh yeah, I missed
Don't
that one.
go.
KWS, Please Don't Go. KWS were they the band that were put together by the person who then burnt £1 million as a bit of art?
Most probably.
I can't remember who that is, but I think they were. Right Said Fred, Deeply Dippy.
Whitney.
Right Said Fred have gone deeply dippy now, haven't they? They're a bit Brexity.
Yes,
right
they are,
wing,
aren't they?
Yeah.
They're gone a bit weird.
Whitney, we love. Erasure, ABBA-esque.
Is that when they did the when they dressed as ABBA?
songs? Yeah, that was kind of the start of ABBA coming back, I guess. So Priscilla maybe came out around that time as well.
Oh, it could possibly, yeah.
Wet, 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 Goodnight Girl. I remember that.
Yeah.
The Shaman, Ebenezer Good.
He's a good. Whoa. Ebenezer Good. Yep.
And Charles and Eddie Would I Lie. You must remember that.
I did go.
Charles and Eddie look like sort of Dream Boys or Chippendales. Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh yeah, look into my eyes and you see. Priscilla was 94.
Oh, so it was on its way.
Tracy 30 says, Mr. Blobby, what the hell's that? Mr.
Oh, God, was he around?
Mr. Blobby's first appearance, I think, was 1992.
I did a job for Mr. Blobby.
Did you?
Where I was at the Bradford Museum and we were asked to go to Mr. Blobby's garden party. And it was a race course. Piggy. And he just sort of Blobby drove around in like a sort of Pope mobile with Nolan Edmonds.
And did you have to, what were you doing?
We were doing history of the movies quiz.
Someone has rightly reminded me that it was KLF that burnt the money, not
KFC,
not KWC, KWS. Annie Lennox's "Why" was in 1992.
Why?
I love that album.
Was that Little Bod as well?
Yeah, and Walking on Broken Glass was that album.
Peggy, come here.
Richard Bobbin Stuffer. I was on Noel's house party in 1992.
You was on it?
So no,
you gunged?
Mr. Blobby was like a weird character that was created for a Saturday night TV show, but created to be a spoof of like.
Originally, it was meant to be a celebrity inside it every week.
But it was a big sort of
But it was
spongy
too-
jelly, really,
I
with
think
yellow
it was-
dots that only said blobby, 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 and used to run in and throw himself and
Yeah, throw
make
so
things
that,
knock
like, you
over
know.
and like make Linda Lusardi sort of fall over and stuff.
Yeah, and he'd like blobby or.
But Drag Race is back in the UK last week, and they had to dress up as a TV icon from the last 100 years.
Mm.
And two of them did Mr. Blobby. Out of everyone you could choose.
But they'd have been little then, wouldn't they?
I guess so. Who would you have done?
What, from the BBC?
Look what Caroline's just written. It won't surprise you. I was about to mention that, Caroline.
Did you mime the whole of Walking on Glass?
Jamie once mimed the whole of Walking on Broken Glass for me in my bedroom for my friend Caroline. Magnificent.
That doesn't surprise me.
Good.
Yeah.
We call it lip syncing now, not miming, Caroline.
And did Caroline?
The whole performance.
Did Caroline sing for you that day?
I imagine. Do you know what? I imagine I had a clicky fan for it as well. Caroline might have sung for me. I think we might have sung the El Dorado theme on my bed.
Oh, is that when you do the waving at people?
Yeah.
Like on a magic carpet.
What is love had away? Many a celebrity arrived at the door of
What
North
is
Strictly
love?
Bottom.
Baby, don't hurt me. Oh, hurt me.
No more.
Yeah, many celebrities been at Crinkly Bottom.
Do you know what? I hold my hands up. I never got Crinkly Bottom. I never liked it as a show.
I've seen Patricia Routledge go up there. Pat Coombs was a housekeeper, I think.
Did Patricia Routledge appear as Mrs. Bouquet, or was Patricia
I think
Routledge?
so. I think Robbie might have jumped on her.
I never got it.
And then they did those awful gotchas, didn't they? Did they do gotchas?
They did gotchas where there's some good gotchas where the celebrities get just on the cusp of like being really like arseholes. And there was also a bit where Noel would beam himself into someone's like front room. And do you remember they'd like hide a camera on someone's telly, so it was like Gogglebox. Suddenly he'd cut to someone's front room and they go, "Oh my god, I'm on telly!" But you always thought, "God, what if they're like scratching their nuts or something?"
I know, or like bare-arsed, or
yeah,
it got fruity.
Tracy 30. I think Michael Jackson's Black or White came out in 1992. I loved it because it had Macaulay Culkin in it. Claire B80 says, yes, Pat Coombs was on House Party a lot.
I think she was possibly housekeeper, or some people were characters, weren't they? They were characters.
Jason Darcy says the Lionel Blair gotcha was funny. I think the Lionel Blair one is where he's on the on the cusp of like
getting angry,
properly kicking off.
Yeah.
Now, did Sid and Eddie do a gotcha?
I think
Sam and Ali told
Sam and Ali
us.
said that Eddie got one.
Yeah.
Was it about football? No.
I think so. Oh, Darren Bramley sent me a photo of the Spice Bus on this morning and a photo of him and Blobby. We'll have a look. The Spice Bus. Oh, I'd love to be on that Spice Bus going around the country. Isolation Creations on the Spice Bus. Well, my loves, we should... I
should let Peggy out.
Say goodnight. She's running about on the stairs now.
So, tomorrow goes on sale on the website. And if you've booked already on the phone, that's great.
Paul McFarlane, I think, booked and said his tickets got delivered to his phone like that. So you get, it's easy peasy. Are we doing next week? We are.
Oh, yes, you're here, aren't you?
Yeah,
He's got a couple of jobs coming up, so he will be going off. You're going to, oh, man.
I'm going to, oh, man.
Oh, man.
And then I'm off to...
You're off to somewhere else, aren't you?
In Kuala Lumpur again. And Dubai.
In November. But that's a long way off.
We will do a video. We will do a video this weekend. We've not even discussed it, but we'll do something.
But you know what we like. We'll do
something.
Something will be created. And I've got another little sherry in the pipeline. Sherry's Fag Break will be coming your way soon.
Oh, Mark, love you too. Love you, missed you.
And it's good to be back chatting to you. A lot of you have sent me a message saying, "Oh, we've missed Wednesday nights," and we've missed it as well, haven't we?
Yeah, I hope you don't mind these kind of unplugged Wednesday nights where it's just us chit-chatting. But because we're getting busier, or I'm getting busier as well with work.
And thank you for being so loyal and staying with us during these breaks.
Thank you, everyone. Should we end with Miss Lake Darnell again?
Yeah, we'll give them another so they can go to bed happy.
So get ready to turn your computers on because she's coming back.
Or off.
All right, loves. Bye
see you next week, my darlings. Bye.
Bye.
Well, singing "And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going" is Miss Lake Dardanelle, Naomi Shore.
So
Lake Dardanelle, Naomi Shore.